What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, doing the second half of our Stargrail breakdown. This is going to cover the spells and traps of the archetype, as well as a couple of the other monsters. For those of you who don't know, quick recap, these are the Stargrails, brand new archetype coming out in Code of the Duelist. They are going to be link-based, and they are launching with a plethora of support. I'm talking like 13 cards. So we'll go ahead and start right here with our cute, adorable little Protector Dragon. Looks like a little baby Pokemon. So this is Stargrail's Protector Dragon, level 1, 400 attack, 400 defense, when Dragon. Second effect is once returned. First effect during your player's turn, when a card or effect that targets a linked monster you control is activated, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. I think this effect is pretty good. I just think that it's dependent on the format. You guys know there are sometimes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we play a lot of targeting cards like Effect Veiler. Right now, I would say that people play Book of Moon. Some people play Evac. There's the Paleozoic Karma Cut that targets. Right now, you know, you got Trident and you have a bunch of targeting cards. But like, if you look back when Dimension of Chaos was a thing, when that set was very new and Magispectors and the big Cosmo like Dark Destroyers and stuff were coming out, a lot of people weren't really messing with targeting cards back then because they just weren't that good. So I think this effect is format dependent. The second effect obviously will just always be good. I mean, if it's once per turn, it's going to be pretty strong. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it to defense position, to a linked monster's link zone on your field. So you do have to have a link monster, and you have to have an available, you know, link cursor or an available link zone, obviously, for you to use this. But even though the monster does go in defense mode, and a couple of these guys actually have 0 defense, yeah, you can just link with them or you can exceed with them. So I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Next up is Star Relics Aegis. This is a normal spell. You can only activate this card once per turn. Effect number 1, target 2 Stargrail monsters with different names in your graveyard, add them to your hand. So I think this is kind of like the way of the deck kind of recovering when it goes into like its big link plays and when it uses all of its monsters. This is kind of like your recovery card. Some people were saying that Dark Factory of Mass Production could be used in this deck, and I guess that activation condition would be a little easier because you can get, you know, a couple of cards with the same name. But this can target monsters that are not normal monsters as well, because only about half of the Stargrail archetype is actually normal. So I think that you're definitely going to run at least one copy of this. Effect number 2. If a linked monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. This is really good because if you use this chick right here, she already protects herself. The Stargrail Shine Maiden, she already protects herself from battle when she's linked. So if you can use that second effect to protect the other monster that she's linked to, you're going to get some places. I think that's pretty decent. Next up, we have the Star Relic Beacon. It's a normal trap. Banish 1 Star Relic monster face up from your field or from your hand. Target 2 monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, but they cannot attack this turn. All right, so this can actually summon link monsters back. Yeah, it doesn't say that it has to get normal monsters. It doesn't say anything about position or anything like that. The only thing is, from what I've seen, there only appears to be 1 Star Relic monster, so the target, like the amount of targets that you have, are extremely limited. Obviously, in the future, they'll probably release a couple more Star Relics, but as of right now, I'm not even sure that this card is worth running because you legitimately only have 1 target, which, yeah, I think it's this guy right here. This is the only Star Relic monster that currently exists. So as of right now, I wouldn't run this card, but there's definitely some potential based on what Konami gives this archetype. I guess that kind of confirms that they have to give it more support, because you can't just have, you can't have a card, a trap working an archetype where it only has like 1 target. That doesn't make any sense. Then we've got the Stratos of the deck, or the Deneb, the Searcher. This is Stargrail Fairy Reese, level 2 Light Fairy. She is a light attribute. I think I already said that. She's 100 attack, 2000 defense. That defense though, you can only use each effect once per turn. Effect number 1, when this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Stargrail monster from your deck to your hand. Let's not even beat around the bush. Like, Deneb Stratos searches are always good. Like, there's no 2 ways about it. The searching is always good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Look at Necros. Effect number 2, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add this card from your graveyard to your hand. I have no fucking idea how on earth they built this into this card. I mean, this is one of the most insane. Could you imagine if a card like Deneb or Stratos had this? You can send, or excuse me, it has to be a monster that you send from the field or the hand. But could you just imagine that? I mean, you could just send, you can send your freaking Protector Dragon from your hand to the graveyard. You can revive your Deneb, and then you can use your Protector Dragon to basically just summon a vanilla from your graveyard for free. Like, the amount of advantage you can get off of that play is ridiculous. I have no idea why they put that second effect into this card. It makes it incredible. I mean, granted, she is 100 attack, and if you normal summon her, she'll be in attack mode, but as long as you link with her, then it's not going to be a problem. And considering the deck has a link 1, she should never be left on the field by herself, at least, you know, unless you just, I don't know, you don't have access to like your extra deck or something like that. Then we have Star Relics, Stargrail. I have very mixed feelings about this card. 0 attack, 0 defense, Dark Machine, level 5. You can only use the third and second effects once per turn. Effect number 1, during your player's turn, if a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, you contribute this card, send that monster to the graveyard. Okay, so this seems like a really, really good effect. Here's the problem with it. This card has 0 attack and 0 defense. Getting it out of the hand doesn't seem to be all that difficult because all the Stargrail Link monsters can special summon Stargrails from your hand. The problem is, it's just like your opponent can literally just summon a DD Crow and attack. They can have anything on the field attack this damn thing, and it just won't get that effect, because that seems like a really, really good effect. I wish maybe you had to discard it from the hand and you had to like control a Stargrail like Link monster or something. That would have been better, because I just don't see this card being on the field all that much, like without it just dying immediately. Effect 2, if this face-up card that was normal summon / set leaves the field, you can special summon 2 Stargrail monsters from your deck except itself. If you're going to normal summon this, more power to you, because I'm not willing to normal summon this. So fuck that second effect. I don't really see it coming up that much. I mean, maybe it'll happen, but I'm not going to normal summon it. I mean, it's nice because I guess if you do normal summon it, actually, you know what? Hold on. If you do normal summon it and then you link with it, you do get 2 monsters out, which actually means that you could tribute summon for this, and then you could use it for a link 1, and then you get 2 more monsters, and then you could instantly go into like a Decode Talker, like a link 3. Actually, you know what? That second effect actually might be a lot better than the first effect. Okay, I think I just changed my mind right here while I'm shooting this video. Third effect, during your main phase, except the turn that this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Star Relic monster, Star Relic card from your deck to your hand. Alright, so this searches these spells and traps. More importantly, it searches the field spell, which I'm going to cover in a second. You know what? I think this card actually isn't all that bad. I just wish it would have had like some stats on it. Like, they could have made this shit level 7 and given it like 1500 attack, and I would have been happier. I want it not to die to everything, you know what I mean? Anyways, the last card in the archetype is the field spell. I absolutely love this field spell. I read it yesterday and I was like, oh my goodness, it changed everything that I thought about this archetype. Effect number 1, Stargrail monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. It seems like Konami's building this into everything now. I think the Crystron field spell has this, the Dino Mist has this. Like, so many of the Art V archetypes have this whole 300 attack and defense, but it's actually very relevant in this deck, because if you look at a deck that runs a bunch of vanillas, there will be times where you just have to summon this 1600 and just, you know, attack with it, or this 1800, and turning this into a 1900 beat stick, turning this guy into a 2100 beat stick, that's pretty legitimate. Or if you have to set the big booty ones, like the Stratos that has 2000 defense, or if you have to set the Lolly who has like 2000 defense, like those can be some 2300 walls. So this is actually pretty good in this deck. Effect number 2, more importantly, once per turn, if a face-up Stargrail monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect or destroyed by battle, you can target 1 Stargrail monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. So this works on links, as far as if links leave the field, you can activate this effect, but you cannot summon links back with this, because links cannot be summoned in defense position. So, you know, you can't use things like Oasis of the Dragon Souls, if you guys are wondering. You cannot use those on link monsters, but I still think that this card is really good. I mean, floatability in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just going to be good forever. Like, if you kill one of my link monsters, not only can I special summon from the hand, but in addition to that, I get a monster back from the graveyard to potentially go into like another link card, you know, during my next turn. I think that this archetype looks extremely solid on paper. What do you guys think? And actually, before I end the video, they actually have a picture right here that Konami kind of made like a mock deck list of the deck. Oh yeah, I never thought about since there are so many normals, you can play Rescue Rabbit. Konami, please. TCG, we need more Rescue Rabbits. By the way, last thing, the extra deck looks so beautiful. I was kind of wondering what a extra deck of nothing but links was going to look like. I'm sorry, I've always loved the color blue since I was like 5 years old. It looks so beautiful. So what do you guys think of the Stargrails? Do you guys think that this will be a meta deck? Do you guys think that it'll be more of a fun deck? I don't know, man. It's really hard for me to say that a deck is going to just be casual when it launches with like almost 15 cards. I would definitely say that I lean more towards it being competitive deck, or being a competitive deck, excuse me. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.